Hello, I'm Tommy Minahan, and welcome to episode 1 of our galvanized tutor videos. Today we're going to be specifically going over polynomials and using the magic X method to factor, which is overall really useful because you can use it to find the intercepts or zeros of a parabola, which you're going to be using all the time, whether it's coming up on the SAT or getting questions in your math class. Should be around high school or maybe upper level math. You're welcome to tune in on our future videos. We're going to go over some general chemistry, maybe some basic physics problems and concepts. If that's something you're struggling with, you're welcome to tune in. Let's start right away. Today, you really want to understand and know the concept of standard form. So standard form is going to be ax squared plus bx, sorry, make sure you can see that, plus c. So this, you need to know the coefficients, and this is something you should know by heart. It's not intrinsically useful, but you can use it and change it in other forms which make it useful. So for our magic X, we're going to be following the form addict over basement. So we have our A times our C, kind of like the abbreviate as like addict, and then our B value, which is our basement. So we're going to take our A value times our C value, which we get over from our standard form, and we're going to multiply them together. And then we have our B value, which is just straight from our standard form. And so now, for factoring, we need to find what two numbers will multiply to A times C, but also add to B. All right. So question 1, we have x squared plus 9x plus 18. So if it helps, we're going to draw out that magic X so we don't forget. We have our A times our C value, so we have our 1, kind of our imaginary coefficient 1 over here, times our C value, which is going to be 18. So we have 18 on the top, and then our basement value, which is going to be 9. Throw that on the bottom. So now we need to find two numbers that multiply to 18 but also add to 9. So we can go through our numbers if you need to. 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Awesome. Alright. So now we know that this is actually going to be the one we want because this adds to our 9 but multiplies to 18. Alright. So we have our 3 and our 6. So now for factoring, it's always going to be equal to 0. And then we have our x, and you're going to be placing these values into our little equation. So it's going to be plus 3, and it's going to be plus 6. And if you want to double check, if you multiply x times x, give you x squared, and then you have x times 6, you get 6x plus 3x. It's going to give you 9x, and then your 3 times your 16, times your 6 is going to give you 18. So you know this is actually equivalent to this. And like I said, this is great because it helps you find the intercepts. So you know that this is going to actually intercept if you were to draw it on a graph. At these opposite values. So at -3 and +6, this is going to pass through. Draw it to the best of my ability. That's going to be our vertex. This is our -6, and this is going to be our -3. Awesome. And there's also forms like a vertex form, which help you find the vertex, which is also really helpful, and the slope and other things like that. Thank you for tuning in. We'll come out with more videos shortly. If you have any problems with any of your chemistry or basic physics problems, or just general math problems, you're welcome to email us at galvanizedtutors at gmail.com. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe.